It's a full card of 14 matches this weekend for MLS Week 21, and here are my 4 best bets. First up, let's look at Chicago against Seattle. Prior to their 1-0 road defeat in Nashville on Wednesday, Seattle had collected the most points, 19 in MLS, in the past 10 rounds. Chicago has just 3 wins in their past 17 matches, and that's despite a win against Toronto in midweek. But a win over TFC really doesn't say much these days. So let's go Seattle to win or draw on the road against Chicago at minus 136 odds. Next up is the Texas Derby. These teams with Dallas and Austin. These teams drew 2-2 back in June in the Texas Derby. That maintained Dallas' supremacy over their new rivals, extending their undefeated streak to 4 games. Last season, Dallas won 2-0, 5-3, and 2-1. But Dallas is winless in 6, and they've conceded a goal in each of their past 10. Austin now leads the Supporters' Shield standings and are 12-4-4 with 40 points on the season. They're undefeated in 6. They've scored 3 goals in each of their past 3 games, and they've only failed to score twice this season. Let's go both teams to score in over 2.5 goals at minus 113 odds. Next, I'm going to look at 2 parlays for MLS Week 20. First up, it's going to come from Montreal and Toronto. For TFC, the streak continues. They've now conceded a goal in 28 straight games and also in 49 of 50. So let's take Montreal to score against Toronto and parlay it with LAFC to win or draw on the double chance. At home, Nashville has just 1 loss in their past 27 games dating back to 2020. But LAFC are stacked, and prior to Austin's midweek win, they were first overall in the standings. LAFC have just 1 loss in their past 7, and they're 12-3-4 on the season. They're rested, they didn't play midweek, and they're probably welcoming Giorgio Chiellini and Gareth Bale into the lineup. So LAFC double chance with Montreal to score at minus 127 odds. And one more parlay. Let's go to Columbus and Cincinnati in the Ohio Derby. Cincinnati drew 2-2 at home to Vancouver on Wednesday. They've drawn in 4 straight, 2-2, 1-1, 2-2, and 4-4. They're undefeated in 6. At 1-5-0, and away from home, FCC has just 1 loss in 7, and they scored in each of their past 6 games. The Crew are coming off their own 2-2 draw on Wednesday in DC. They're in excellent form themselves, being undefeated in 7. 2 teams in great form. Let's go both teams to score there, and parlay it with both teams to score in San Jose and Houston. Houston have won 4-3 earlier this season when these 2 teams played. Their past 7 meetings between these teams, both teams have scored in 6 of them. In 5 of those games, 3 or more goals have been scored as well. San Jose has allowed the most goals in the league with 39. They also own the worst XGA overall. The Dynamo ranks 24th in XGA. They have allowed 9 goals in their past 4 games and have conceded in 17 of their past 18 on the road. So both teams to score San Jose, Houston, with both teams to score Columbus and Cincinnati for a nice, juicy plus 144 odds. Those are my 4 best bets this weekend for MLS Week 21.